What's up, guys? I'm Bucky from Out of the Basement. This is Nate.
Howdy.
And today we're talking about all the SDCC goodness that came from Scream/Shout Factory, and there is a lot of it.
Ooh, they dropped the nuke on us
They did.
for all of these announcements.
They watched our videos.
They
watched it.
Although I don't think any of the movies we put on our list were announced.
No, not at all.
We will pretend otherwise.
Maybe I don't know if Candyman was on
I don't
the
think
list.
Candyman was on there. I think maybe you might have given it like a special shout out, but I don't think we officially put it on the
Well,
list.
you can watch it right here to see which movies that we desperately want Scream Factory to release.
Dude, that video has a criminal low amount of views.
I know. That's why you need to go watch it.
Criminal.
After this, of course. So first, we're going to talk about the Shout Selects that were announced. We're going to get through those real quick. So let's just start off with the first one. 4 Weddings and a Funeral. Okay, cool. When Harry Met Sally. Alright, that's pretty deserving. I could see that. The Jerk and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, 2 Steve Martin films. I love Steve Martin. I think he's pretty funny. Then we got Dances with Wolves.
Now, here's a movie that old Nate, old boy, is excited about.
Kevin Costner.
I love Dances with Wolves. It's such a great movie.
I've actually never seen it.
It's one of those movies. My American history teacher, was a huge movie guy, and so every time he possibly could show us something history related,
Sure,
he'd throw it on, and
That's awesome.
And so it was I think that was 10th grade maybe. I watched Dances with Wolves in school, and I was like, this movie is fucking awesome. It's just a really, really great movie.
Yeah.
I don't really know what else to say about it, but it definitely deserves a Shout Select, and I will be upgrading my Blu-ray.
Yeah, I'll probably pick it up too. Why not?
Yeah.
You know?
Got to build out the Blu-ray collection.
Yeah, and got to support Shout Select because it's new.
Right.
And we got to make sure that they know we're interested and we like it. Next one, California. Don't know much about that one. The next one is probably the most surprising one, and that's the Legally Blonde collection.
Yeah, that is weird.
They both already have Blu-rays. Obviously, someone there probably likes it.
Yes.
The first one is legitimately good. I like the first one.
I feel like I've seen Legally Blonde, but it had to have been a very long time ago, so I don't remember anything about either of those.
The second one's bad.
Okay.
But first one is definitely enjoyable, and I would say fits right in with the rest of these, I think. So the next one is Hang 'em High. Don't know much about that one. And this one's also very surprising. It's Pop Star, Never Stop, Never Stopping.
Yeah, what's interesting about this is that it's such a new movie. I believe that movie came out in 2015.
Yeah,
so
very recent.
It's like a brand new film. We just saw it. Definitely has a Blu-ray release. I'm not really sure what they could possibly do to make it more enticing than just getting the standard Blu-ray, but it's cool to see modern stuff thrown into the catalog.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a thumbs up. And I've actually never seen Pop Star, so maybe I'll just blind buy it.
I haven't either, but Justin, he claims it's amazing.
Yeah,
so.
and we are definitely fans of the Bin Laden song.
Yeah.
Very funny. We like The Lonely Island. So the next two are Used Cars and Backbeat. I don't know much about those.
Not sure.
But I'm sure we'll look into it in due course.
Yeah. We're just happy that Shout Select seems to have really taken off.
Yes.
Recently.
Yes.
Because they just started that line not too long ago with some titles like I have The Burbs. That's the only Shout Select I have right now. And it's nice to have movies where the quality of the packaging and the Blu-ray is really nice, and it's not just for horror movies.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of times the collector's editions for a lot of movies are just for horror. Obviously Scream Factory, but. So it's nice to see some comedy, maybe some action.
I think it's kind of weird that The Burbs got a Shout Select instead of a Scream Factory, because it's pretty much a horror movie.
Yeah,
it's a horror comedy, but
Yeah, it's got the elements.
Sure.
It's one of those good family-friendly, fun-time movies. But yeah, so it's exciting. It's an exciting lineup. Can't wait to check out some of these films. And Dances with Wolves is a steelbook.
Wow.
So hopefully...
I didn't see it. I just went on Shout Select's Facebook page, and it didn't say steelbook. Or if it did, I overlooked it.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Perhaps in the future, maybe we can make a video similar to the one we did for Scream Factory, but for Shout Select.
Ooh.
And the movies that we would like to see.
Good idea. Don't steal that idea.
So, moving on to the Scream Factories. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty, the meat
big
and potatoes.
guns.
Yeah. So I tried to, at first, go through and write down the collector's editions first, but that kind of failed.
Oh, well.
Whatever. So we're going to start off with Stephen King's Sleepwalkers.
Ooh.
Yeah, now this one already has a Blu-ray release somewhere else. Pretty bare bones, I think.
Have you ever seen any clips of this movie?
No, I actually am not familiar with it.
I've never actually watched the movie, but it is definitely one of those movies that gets lumped into the so bad it's good category. But from what I've seen of the movie, it looks unbearable.
Really?
Like, yeah, it's like this guy, he kind of turns into like a cat creature. I don't know, it's really weird. But it definitely fits in the Scream Factory wheelhouse. So I'm not surprised that it's making its way to Scream Factory, but yeah, it's definitely one of those.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that before it comes out.
Check out some clips.
The next one, arguably the most exciting.
I don't even think it's arguable.
True.
I think this is the most exciting announcement.
And they're definitely going balls to the walls for it, because Arrow actually announced it a few days before, and that is Candyman 1.
Yes.
Because Scream Factory actually released Candyman Farewell to Flesh already, which I thought was always weird. I'm like, why don't they have Candyman? But obviously we're getting it now.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember, because, I mean, obviously that was just like last week, but when we saw the Arrow video announcement and it was UK only.
Yeah, and it was this great collector's edition, I was like, oh.
We were all just like super bummed, and we were just like, this is bullshit, man. Like, I mean, I was hoping that Arrow was going to do one of those things where they say it's Region B, but then it's just a region.
Which it still might be. I don't know. I wish we had more information on that. Like, which if it is, I would much rather prefer the Arrow video set, just because I like the thick packaging that they do. Yeah, I would concur. But being able to get Candyman from Scream Factory, of course, when they announced this, we were like, now it all makes sense, because obviously the rights distributions can't have two companies release the same thing in the same region. So it's really cool. It looks like a great package. Yeah. It comes with not one, but two posters.
Ooh.
And not one, but two slipcovers.
Really?
Kind of like they did with The Thing.
Oh. But it's probably one of those where you got to pre-order it right now.
Yeah, it is a pre-order. But as far as I know, they're still available.
Oh,
so slap your pre-orders on there while you can. I've certainly been trying to do that.
I can't tell you how many times I've been on Shout's website hovering over that Night of Demons with the action figure, and I'm just like,
sweat dripping down your face.
Like, I've never seen this movie before, but there's something about it coming with an action figure. I'm just like,
yeah. And another thing about the Candyman thing I thought was strange. I still don't really quite understand it, but they're doing a 2K restoration of an already 4K transfer.
What?
I don't know. I'm not in the biz. I have no video editing production knowledge.
That seems strange.
It's weird. Yeah, I don't get it, but if that means it looks like it's just 4, 5, 6, if that makes it 6K, then hey, the better.
Last time I checked, 4 plus 2 is 6.
That it is 6.
So
can we confirm that?
Yes, I confirm.
Okay, it is 6. So yeah, that's cool. Great. Obviously, they had to step it up since Arrow was doing their big ass collection version of that.
Totally off topic. Sorry to derail this, but did you see that Scream is doing a version of Creepshow that's kind of like the thicker Arrow package?
I saw they were doing Creepshow, but I didn't know it was like a different package.
Yeah, it's one of those where you have to like pre-order it right now from the website. Okay. But yeah, they've said it's going to be like a thicker hardcover slip. So I assume they're going to do something that's similar to an Arrow video
That's
set.
Cool. I know Arrow, they did Creepshow 1.
Creepshow 1 is great. Fun, silly horror movie.
Yeah.
Perfect for Halloween.
Speaking of possibly silly horror films.
Oh, dude.
Coming up, we've got Urban Legend Collector's Edition.
Dude.
Now, I went on the website. I tried to find out more details about the transfer. I didn't see any transfer there. And it was just like a plot synopsis. So I assume those will be announced forthcoming. But it does come with that. It does come with the poster.
Yeah.
And obviously the slip. So that's awesome. Me and you were just discussing, I feel just very recently, and maybe even in the video that I mentioned earlier, which you can find in the link description below and on our channel, that we wish that Shout and Scream Factory would kind of dip into the late 90s, early 2000s, like the the like second wave of teen horror.
And they totally are, because they announced it before the con, but they're also doing House on Haunted Hill, the remake, which is an amazingly bad movie. I love it. It's that movie used to give me actual night terrors from how, like, when I was little watching it, how bad it scared me, and then I watched it as an adult, and I was like, this is the stupidest thing ever.
That's exactly how it was with me with Chucky.
Yeah.
I couldn't even look at him or hear his name.
I agree. Chucky definitely was one of those where I was like...
Slappy from Goosebumps, too, scared the piss out of me, and I loved Goosebumps, but I could not watch the Slappy episodes.
Super stoked about Urban Legends.
Yeah, and Urban Legends,
yeah.
The final cut is not getting a non-collector's edition Blu-ray, which is still awesome.
Yeah, just a standard release, whatever.
Yeah, which is cool. Haven't seen either of those, but they have a stellar cast.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's gonna be a good time, and I'm a sucker for those late 90s, 2000s teen horror movies. Love them.
If we could get And I Know What You Did Last Summer and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, like 2-pack or just separate Blu-rays.
I think I Know What You Did Last Summer deserves a collector's edition.
Yeah.
That was a pretty iconic one. So the next one is another collector's edition. It's called 10 to Midnight, and it's an exploitation film, which is basically, the description said, like it's actually more of a slasher, like a secret slasher, but it stars Charles Bronson.
Nice.
From the Death Wish films. Love the not all of them, but I like at least the first two, because they start getting really ridiculous. But I think that's cool. I'll probably be checking that one out. And then the next one is The Craft.
Yes.
Collector's edition.
Another late 90s, early 2000s banger with some teen witches. I've never seen the movie, but I always have so many vivid memories of just seeing that cover everywhere I go with, like, I think it's like 3 girls and they're like walking towards the front. And
that's one of those, if you were growing up in the era of the video stores, you couldn't escape.
Right. You're just
There's just those few titles that you couldn't escape, and The Craft was one of them, at least for us.
So yeah, I'm honestly pretty curious about it. I don't know if I would buy it, but it's got my interest to give it at least a watch.
Yeah, certainly. And then another exciting one is the Critters Collection.
Yes.
All 4 movies.
Leo, my boy. The movie he doesn't want you to ever speak of. I'm surprised they're able to release it because, I feel like he'd have enough power to be like, no.
Yeah, like you can see how, Scream Factory, obviously they're releasing Texas Chainsaw: The Next Generation, and they had some issues with that. But they're still releasing it. But like you said, you feel like Leo, like he's up there in the totem pole. And he's definitely, he's got some pull. So it's awesome that it's still getting released in the Critters Collection. It has been since I was a kid since I saw any of those movies, and I don't even know which one it was.
I'm certainly right there with you. I know I've seen something from Critters. I don't know what.
Yeah.
But it's really awesome because Critters has a huge fan base. Yeah. So I'm sure all of the Critters fans out there, you guys are like frothing at the mouth for this one.
Yeah.
So it's pretty awesome.
And the next one is a movie called Obsession. It's getting a collector's edition. Don't know much about it. So
there you go.
Yeah. More homework to do. And then the next one is Saturday the 14th, the satirical horror film that I don't know much about, but I'm definitely going to give it a watch.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
So I don't know shit about it. I don't know shit. The next one is Single White Female. Non-collector's edition. Just releasing it. There you go. And then the next one is a good one.
This is a banger. There's two more left, and they're both bangers.
Yeah. Silent Night, Deadly Night, Part 2. And on the image, it doesn't look like it's getting a collector's edition. Obviously, the art must not be done yet. But it is getting a collector's edition. So that's awesome.
Have you ever seen Part 2?
I've seen clips.
Yes.
Obviously, the Garbage Day. I mean, that... Iconic. I knew what that was before I even knew what Silent Night, Deadly Night was. But...
it's unbearable. It's really hard to watch. It's real. Like, that scene is amazing. And then that's pretty much it. And then you're just like...
oh, no.
But still, it's awesome that the Part 2 is getting a collector's edition.
Yeah.
And then finally,
we've got a collector's edition of John Carpenter's sci-fi outing, Starman.
Yes.
I don't know anything about this either.
It's I saw the movie a really long time ago. I don't really remember much about it, but it's definitely one of those movies that I feel like when people talk about John Carpenter, they just don't discuss Starman. I feel like it's probably one of his least known films, at least in my opinion, as far as I go, because most people know like all of his horror stuff. And they don't know about his like one sci-fi movie or Ghost of Mars, whatever you want to.
Oh, people know Ghost of Mars.
Whatever you want to call that. But yeah, it's awesome that they're releasing another John Carpenter movie. At this point,
do them all.
They might as well just do them all.
Yep.
Just finish it out. Honestly, I think they only have like a few that they haven't done, like probably like Ghost of Mars, The Ward, like his later stuff. I feel like most of his early stuff they've covered in some way or another. Yeah. So it's really awesome to see another John Carpenter movie.
Indeed. Scream loves them some John Carpenter, and we love them for it.
As most horror fans feel about John Carpenter.
So that about wraps it up for all the SDCC Shout Select and Scream Factory announcements. We're super excited, obviously. But go ahead and tell us in the comments below how stupid I am for saying that I don't know anything about these movies constantly. I want to know how wrong I am. I like to hear how wrong I am.
And let us know what movies you're most excited about that are coming out from this recent announcement.
But on a serious note, let us know in the comments below what release you're most excited for. And as always, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Go ahead and ring that bell, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. I've been Steven / Bucky from Out of the Basement.
And I'm Nate, I guess.
He's Nate.
I guess.
He is.
It felt weird. I don't know the hand gestures because I'm the one that's always the speaker. So
yeah, you gotta practice.
Yeah, I don't know.
So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time here at Out of the Basement.
The power of editing. 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 Editing.
Power within.
The power within.
The power within.
The power
within. The power within. Let's see.
Alright, great start.
Shut the fuck up.
It's the power of editing, Mike. How do you fucking like it, bitch? How do you like it, huh?
This is my show, my rules.
Fuck! We'll do it live!
We're throwing the script out the window. Welcome to my world. Ha! My show, my rules. If I don't want to have any guests, I'm not going to have any.